Imagine you're at a networking event, sipping your overpriced oat milk latte, and someone asks, "So, what do you know about sustainable finance?" If your answer is, trees are good, then buckle up. Today, we're diving into the 5 sustainable finance skills every professional needs, so you don't sound like a confused houseplant at your next meeting. Welcome to Money and Planet, the channel where money meets sustainability and doesn't ghost the planet the morning after. Whether you're new to climate finance or already bragging about your carbon footprint calculator, this video will give you the must-have skills to stay relevant in the green and blue finance revolution. First up, carbon literacy. If you don't know the difference between CO2, CO-NOx, and my ex was toxic, then this one's for you. Carbon literacy is basically your passport to the green finance world. You'll need to understand emissions data, how companies calculate their carbon footprint, and here's the kicker, how to spot when a company is greenwashing harder than a detergent commercial. Imagine your boss asks, "How many tons of CO2 does our supply chain emit?" You can either stare blankly or whip out your knowledge and say, "Well, according to Scope 3 emissions data, more than your weekend barbecue but less than the airline industry." Congratulations, you just saved your career. Second, understanding ESG metrics. That's environmental, social, and governance. And no, it's not a new K-pop band, though I'd definitely buy the album. ESG metrics are like the dating profile of a company. They tell you if the business is environmentally responsible, treats its employees decently, and isn't run by someone who thinks recycling is a conspiracy. Here's the trick. Don't just memorize ESG buzzwords like a parrot. Learn how to analyze the data. Can you interpret sustainability reports? Can you tell if a company's water stewardship strategy is legit, or just them putting a turtle emoji in their investor deck? If yes, you're already way ahead. Third, impact measurement. Numbers matter. Not just profit, but impact. If a project claims to save a rainforest, you should be able to ask, how many trees, what kind, and will Tarzan approve? Impact measurement is all about quantifying change. Did your green bond reduce emissions? Did your social investment actually help communities? Or did it just fund a new foosball table in the office? Learn how to track real-world outcomes, not just pretty PowerPoints, because nothing says awkward like pitching an impact fund that impacts absolutely nothing. Fourth, blended finance know-how. Blended finance is like mixing cocktails, but instead of tequila and lime, you're mixing public, private, and philanthropic capital. The idea is to reduce risk for private investors by bringing public money to the party. Think of it as finance's version of bring your rich uncle to the group project. If you can explain to your colleagues how concessional capital works without them falling asleep, you've unlocked a rare skill. And if you can structure deals that attract both investors and impact seekers, you're basically the bartender of sustainable finance. Everyone wants what you're serving. Finally, systems thinking. This is where you zoom out and see the bigger picture. It's not just about funding solar panels, it's about understanding how energy, water, food, and people are all interconnected. Like that one friend who always says, "It's all vibes." Except here, the vibes are economic systems, climate resilience, and supply chain dynamics. Systems thinking lets you anticipate unintended consequences. For example, if we fund shrimp farms, will that boost jobs or wreck mangroves? Spoiler, it could do both. That's why professionals who can connect the dots are the real MVPs in climate finance. So, which of these skills do you think is hardest to master? Be honest. Are you more of an ESG metrics nerd or a blended finance mixologist? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to know if this audience is full of carbon cowboys or systems thinkers. Let's recap. The 5 sustainable finance skills every professional needs are carbon literacy, ESG metrics, impact measurement, blended finance know-how, and systems thinking. Learn these and you'll go from confused houseplant to sustainability rockstar in no time. If you found this video useful, or at least funnier than your last sustainability webinar, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share it with that coworker who still thinks green finance means dollar bills. And remember, at Money and Planet, we don't just talk money, we make sure the planet gets invited too. See you in the next video.